Well, good afternoon and welcome to Quentin Park for this, the final game of the national size season. My name's Andrew Kerslake. Alongside me, I have Barcity's Football Secretary, Quentin Edwards. Good afternoon, Quentin.
Good afternoon, Andrew. Good afternoon, listeners.
Well, it's been an odd season, I think we can say, hasn't it? It's been some lows, and then there's been some more lows, but then there's been some highs towards the end, hasn't there?
Yeah, there has, and there's been some difficult games for sure, particularly, say, start the one at Oxford, which has really kind of showed us up. 5-1, 1-0 up, 5-1, and well beaten on the day. But I think, obviously, we eased away from the relegation position. We're finishing the season strongly. It would be nice to continue that today. It just lifts you a little bit, and I know, I'm sure some players will go during the summer, but those who stay, you remember, how you finished the last season, and it just keeps the crowd as well in a good thing. Thinking, okay, if we win 4 successive wins, plus the Somerset Premier Cup to look forward to on Tuesday.
And we were just saying, it looks like a big crowd again this afternoon. Some 500 tickets sold in advance, 200 on the bog-off arrangement that they put in place. So, some cracking gates this season, and a real triumph for the club, I think.
Wonderful.
Teams coming out onto the pitch. Big applause all round Quentin Park already. It looks like a very good crowd in here, and a phenomenal ranks of flag wavers out there that stretch from the tunnel to the centre circle, and a good reception for both the sides as they come onto the pitch. Quentin, why don't you take us through the two sides, and then I'll hand over to you for commentary.
Thank you. I'd be delighted to. We'll start with our visitors, Oxford City. In goal, Ben Dudzinski. At left wing back will be George Harmon, and then at right wing back Ewan Clark, and then we've got 3 centre backs, Zico Azare, Daniel Matsuzaka and Charlie Rowan. In midfield we'll have Reece Fleet, Josh Ashby and Zach McEachran, with 2 up front of Jacob Bancroft and Joe Uchiafan. On the bench, Lewis Coyle, Elliot Benyon, Nano Owusu, Cole De Silva and Harry Kiprianu. And then in goal for City, as ever, Ryan Clark, who'll be skipping the team. Then we'll have Eddie Jones at right back. We'll have Joe Rains at centre back alongside Dan Ball, and then Zach Delaney at left back. In midfield, we'll have Omar Holness, Tom Smith, Elliot Freer and Alex Fletcher, and then Ben Seymour and Cody Cook up front. Just the 3 substitutes today for City: Will Fuller, the goalkeeper, Tom Richards and David Sims Burgess. And the match officials today are Andrew Humphreys in the middle, and assistants Hayden Lavender and Anthony Smith. And it will be Tom Smith who's going to lay the ball back as the players just take the knee. And of course, there's certainly a good crowd in there on this beautiful day in the West Country. And just trying to see how many supporters Oxford City have got. But probably we'll see that when they've moved round a bit, as the supporters are just exchanging ends, really. Because City playing down the straight first half. Tom Smith gets the game underway to Omar and then knocks the ball long out to the right-hand side in the aim of Cody Cook, who challenges with Charlie Rowan. Tom Smith does it's a high ball into the box. Fletcher gets a header on that goes over the bar, and actually Dudzinski just watched it and had it fully covered if it had been a few inches lower. Goal kick taken, ball wins the header against Ichiafano. City got a chance on the right-hand side now, and it's Seymour clean through. What a chance, he rolls it into the net! And 1 minute 15 seconds, Ben Seymour! Sorry, Fletcher, I should say, even quicker than last week, gives City the lead, and what a start.
What a fantastic start, and a breakthrough ball. Oxford almost looked as if they were asleep at the time. They almost just watched that happening, but making absolutely no mistake. Just 2 minutes gone, and Alex Fletcher putting that ball into the back of the net. And, we talked about what would Oxford's tactics be for this game. I don't think it would have included a goal in the opening minutes for the opposition.
No, absolutely, and it was Fletcher on the right-hand side, breaking into the penalty area, and not Seymour. My eyes deceive me, so apologies for that. Matsuzaka gets it back to Zinski. It's a heavy, slightly heavy touch. Seymour a challenge, but he got the ball away, and then Smith tries to put Fletcher through again on the right-hand side, but Harmon on that occasion equal the task, knocked it out for a throw. But this is a really positive start by City. Here's another long throw from Rains, comes in towards Cody. Cook does get it, and a header on target, a rather a looping one, and Dudzinski takes a step back and collects that comfortably. Oxford still deep, well, in their own penalty area, back with Dudzinski, chips it up, but that ball is not a good pass really, because it left Clark too much to do, and it's won by Delaney, and it now comes to Fletcher, who has a shot actually from distance, but it takes a deflection, goes behind for a City corner. Anyway, it's corner, in-swinger from Fierce, swung into the middle, the header comes in over the bar. Trying to see, was it down ball, that one? I think it was. The City centre-back on that occasion, and another half chance. He was under a lot of pressure, but City winning all the headers in there as well. Their 4th attempt on goal already, and we've only been playing 6 minutes. Now Ewan Clark on this right-hand side, just about keeps it in right by the corner flag. Comes in field, he walks it on his left foot. And then back to Fleet, 25 yards from goal. Little ball in, looking for Nazika, shooting opportunity for Bancroft. Didn't get hold of it at all. He found the ball in a couple of yards, about 16 yards out. Right foot, just rolled it, and Clark was easy, able to fall on it. Ewan Clark now, just outside the penalty area, looking to take... takes Delaney on, gets a shot in, left-footed, but covered all the way by Ryan Clark. But Oxford just stepping it up a little bit now. Right, so an outswinger this time. City have got headers in on the last 2. And here's another one, comes in for the far post, goes all the way through to Fletcher, he's in space, can he get a shot away? Or just a slightly bad touch, takes a deflection and goes behind for another corner. And I think McEachran's complaining he might have been a little shove in there by, I think it was Holness, but referee not interested. Now Ichiafano finds Bancroft just outside the penalty area. He's got Ewan Clark and a great chance for Clark. Oh, somehow cleared there by down ball, but another chance, and hits the bar from Bancroft. It comes back again, and then eventually is deflected behind off Eddie Jones for a corner. But all sorts of chaos going on in the City penalty area, and Oxford so close to equalising, first through Clark, and then even closer through Jacob Bancroft. In that 6-yard box, 2 have just come out now. Now the corner comes in against the near post, and Clark gets above Masisaka very well. Gets a good punch on it. Does come back to Clark, who lays it out to Ashby on the left-hand side. He get a cross in. Yes, he can, but half cleared by Rains. Bancroft just hit the bar a moment ago, and then there's going to be another corner off Delaney as Bancroft tries to get a shot away. He's about 5 yards out. And Clark is like, oh, that's incredible. Clark was standing on the 6-yard box when he took that. But it's Ewan Clark now coming in field, finds McEachran, little ball into the feet of Giafano, and then Bancroft drives one across, and sure, great opportunity. Oxford half-hearted appeals for a penalty as City struggle to get the ball away, and then eventually Holness does, but it's just quickened it up. Onside, yeah, he is onside on that left-hand side. Ball comes into the box, but Delaney does well holding off Clark, and gets the ball clear. But McEachran, nice work by McEachran, goes past 2 City players, can't get past the third, and a great chance, and it's in the goal, and there it is. It's Ichiafano, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, stretching, and Oxford get the equaliser in the 25th minute, and it had been coming these last few minutes.
Yeah, you felt there was a certain inevitability over that. City having had very little of the ball over that recent period and moving it around, and eventually it came to Ichiafano, who moved into an unmarked position, and for him a relatively simple goal for Oxford's leading goal scorer.
McEachran, he's thinking about a shot, but then checks back. He's a good little player, isn't he, on the ball. Up to Bancroft, retain possession. Now Ashby tries some distance. Oh my word, that dipped at the last and just went over Ryan Clark's crossbar. Clark is, I think, having a bit of a pop at his defenders or midfield there for not closing him down quick enough, and he wasn't far away. I'm not sure he had it covered or not. 1-1 here at Twickenham Park. This beautiful sunny day. Got the ball out wide now to Freer, looking to take Clark on. Goes nutmegs in. Can he get a good ball in? Goes in for near post. It wasn't a particularly good ball from Freer. Yeah, City since the equaliser, and after the immediate minute or 2 after the equaliser, are doing well here. Now good ball in Smith. Can he? No, he thought about a shot. Looking, it's just too strong there. So, nice idea, but a bit strong for Cook. As Ashby puts his hands up, signal, drives it in. and Masuzuka does get the header, and that's just going to loop over the crossbar. Just little bobbles on the, ball just bobbles occasionally.
And it bounces high. I mean, that minute ago, way over Seymour's head, and it wasn't that.
Good ball down the channel, does release Seymour. He's got no one in the box at all. Tries to bring it back. Fletcher and Cook were very, very slow to join the attack there. It was a little disappointing because Seymour had worked an excellent position. Ashby takes over from Rowan, and then a good ball out to Ewan Clark. Controls it with his right, but we know he'll want it on his left. And then he comes, and then checks back. Oh, and Delaney slips, so he's got a good chance of crossing here. Lays the ball back, great chance, goal! Jacob Bancroft. As Delaney slipped was costly. Ewan Clark found Bancroft, and he just drove it high into the net. So 42 minutes, Bath City 1, Oxford City 2.
Yeah, well worked there by the youngster, Ewan Clark, and once Delaney slipped, you really felt there was only going to be one outcome. He didn't have far to go to get that ball into the area, and fired home there by Oxford fairly easily. Ryan Clark standing with his hands on his hips, disconsolate in having conceded 2 in the first half this afternoon. And Twerton Park goes rather quiet after that event.
Oxford breaking again on the left-hand side through the second goal scorer, Bancroft. Little ball into Ichiafano. Comes back to Bancroft. Ichiafano, and he's clean through. Surely, oh, what a challenge that by is it Rains? Yeah, it was. I thought he'd got the wrong side of Rains, and I think one or two Oxford players felt that Ichiafano was pulled back, but and he may have been. But in the end, Rains just got a toe to it and able to put it behind for a corner. And,
it's critical that Rains stretched in for that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He would have been completely in the clear.
Anyway, corner to Oxford as they're looking to get another goal, and a chance. Oh, my word, it's just come off. I think it was Matsuzaka, and just rolled to the feet of Clark from a few yards out. Could easily have been 3-1. Ball in midfield as Fletcher tries to get it upfield, knocks it high, lands on Cook's head. Seymour can't control it, so I should think that will be it as Andrew Humphreys puts the whistle to his mouth. Half time here, Bath City 1, Oxford City 2. Alex Fletcher, 75 seconds, gave City the lead. Joe Ichiafano equalised after 25 minutes and 6 yards, and then Jacob Bancroft on 42, driving in from about 10 yards out. And Oxford still complaining about not getting a penalty for when Ichiafano was tackled by Joe Rains. It's been impressive, hasn't he, Ewan Clark?
Yeah, very. I think he's only 18 or 19 years old.
Chance here for City to break there with Fletcher. Looks up, what options has he got? He's got Seymour in the right-hand channel, just outside the penalty area. Goes back to Jones. First time crossed by Jones, not the worst. Can Fletcher get on the end of it? No, he can't. As Dzezinski comes out, and after Fletcher's first touch, bounces kindly for the Oxford custodian. After a couple of deflections, but Clark now 10 yards of space, halfway inside City's half, tries one with his right foot. It's not a bad effort actually with his weaker foot, but too close to Clark. As comes in, Dzezinski, oh, he misses his punch, doesn't he? Comes to Smith on the far side, just outside the penalty area. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he does to far post on Cooks in. Fletcher's header hit the top of the crossbar and goes over. Not quite, I think it was Cook who actually had the header in the end, and so close to a City equaliser.
Yeah, good move there by City.
Do play in the patient way that we're used to, and do put the visitors under a bit of pressure because they struggled to for considerable periods after the opening exchanges in the game. City come forward again, but that ball is just between Freer and then Omar Holness hits one from fully 35 yards. Won't come back to him. Was he brought down? No. Well, if he was, the referee's playing advantage, but didn't signal it. As City got possession with Cook now just inside the penalty area on the right-hand side, trying to work an opening. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. Put it at the far post, but nobody's there. It comes to Smith. Shooting opportunity, 16 yards out.
The ball wouldn't just come down for Smith, would it?
Hits the back of Fleet. City, some real pressure, and then another cross is blocked.
About to make a substitution. It's going to be Harry Cipriano coming on.
Charlie Rowan going off.
So Rowan did pick up a knock earlier, and that's what it is. And now is McEachran tries from... Oh, what a goal from McEachran from 25 yards. Clark just stood there and watched it. And whether he was unsighted or not is not sure, but did not move. And McEachran gets the 3-1 lead for Oxford in the 58th minute.
Yep, and You feel that's it as far as City are concerned. They had that little spell of pressure at the start of this half, but it's an absolute mountain to climb 3-1 down.
Eastbourne 1, Dartford 6 is what I'm hearing. So
is that a testament to Dartford or capitulation by Eastbourne?
Who knows? There's a rectangle of bodies, but Joe Rains comes away with it. Encouragement now for City as Cook gets the ball out to the left-hand side. And Fletcher keep it in. Yes, he does quite comfortably. And he's got Freer on the overlap. And he goes back to Fletcher. Can he get the ball in? Smith on the edge of the box. Can he get shot away? Does. Takes the deflection actually off Cody Cook. But that takes it away from goal and goes behind for a goal kick. So, Bath City 1, Oxford City 3. Freer puts the ball in and Fletcher has put it in. A wonderful header by Alex Fletcher, who's actually been pulled back by Cipriano, but he still managed to get his header in. And a lovely cross from Elliot Freer, and City back in it. Bath City 2, Oxford City 3. That goal in the 63rd minute.
Just after the hour mark, and Fletcher finishing this season very strongly. And it was a great header, ball into the box, perfect for him. A diving header from Fletcher, and the goalkeeper, Dzinski, absolutely no chance.
And City try and come again. As Fletcher gets hold, gets past Mazziani, wide right. Just has to check back, looking to go past the centre-back for a second time. Can he get the ball in? No, but he does win a corner. Well, Freer drives this corner into near post. Oh, nearly came to Smith, but just hoofed away. Omar Holness with a difficult header, but does very well to get the ball out to the left-hand side. And it's that man Fletcher, he seems everywhere at the minute. And just holds up play.
That ball was swirling around there for Holness, wasn't it? A bit like a player out on the boundary in the cricket field, waiting for it to drop.
So, not that there's any competition between the two front players, but he is only one behind Cody Cook now.
I bet there is
in all competitions.
They travel in the same car together.
Yeah. There's Fletcher again on the left-hand side, drives a low ball in, it's missed. Cook! Probably because he thought it was going to be cleared, just hadn't quite gambled and then threw himself at it too late. City win another corner. And how this game has just changed. City still 3-2 down, but Oxford looking at all 6s and 7s at the moment. And we're going to have a second substitution. Tom Richards coming on in the 68th minute. He's 21-22 now, I think, isn't he? And he does need to be playing regularly. But tries to, oh, no, what a great ball. Bancroft. Oh, and Bancroft didn't quite read that. Again, he thought, I think it was it Ball or Rains was going to clear it. They didn't. So, Bath City 2, Oxford City 3. A very enjoyable game, even though we're losing. And Tom Smith challenges for that one, comes to Freer, and that's blocked by Ewan Clark. Could have gone anywhere, has actually spun up in the air. Banks gone behind for a corner, and this is really good pressure from the home team. He takes the corner, outswinger. Dan Ball's up there, comes out to Eddie Jones, 30 yards out. Oh, does he? No, what's he done there? He's not a particularly good pass to Joe Rains, and Bancroft able to intercept. Rains holding him up, but Bancroft somehow gets past him, and then past Omar Holness too. This could be a dangerous break as McEachran, 10 yards inside, got two men over. Ewan Clark in a great position. Can he get past his namesake? Oh, wonderful save by Ryan Clark. The danger's still not clear. See Schiafano now, outside the penalty area. Bancroft started all that by going past two City men in a tight spot on this left-hand side. Now with Fleet, cross to McEachran from nearly where he scored earlier, and then can he get a shot away? He's trying to, he drives it low, that should be easy for Clark, straight at the City man, and he picks it up, but right where Ewan Clark...
End-to-end stuff here, and I mean, Ewan Clark, that was a good shot from him, and Ryan Clark did everything right. He came off his goal line, he narrowed the angle down, and then threw himself to his right-hand side just to palm that ball away. Got just enough on it, and City lived to fight another day.
Tight to the touchline, shadowed by Masasadi. And then Freer, still tight. Looking maybe, can he get a cross in? He's trying to. Does get one, but that's cleared by Azavi. And then comes to Tom Smith. And he puts in Tom Richards. It came to
Richards, he put it through to Smith. His left foot shot is blocked. Go behind for another corner to City. Could go either way. The corner comes in. Looking for Cook. Oh, half cleared. Comes to Omar Holness. Oh, his touch just too heavy there. And he wins it. Oh, he's judged to have fouled Ichiafano on that occasion. Ichiafano coming off here.
That's saving the player, isn't it, you feel?
Good ball in field by Rains. Finds Holness. Now Smith got to move that on quickly, and he does very successfully as well. So it comes out to Ben. Comes in. It's in there! And Tom Richards! Oh, lovely ball in from the left-hand side to the near post by Elliot Freer. And Tom Richards, who's always had a nose for goal, and just knocked it in at the near post. Bath City 3, Oxford 3. What a game we've got here.
And what a superb goal that was. Great cross from Freer, coming in at the near post, and Richard just poked his foot out. A little side flick with his right foot and into the net.
And that seems a really popular goal as well. The reaction when it was announced just then, very, very popular. City right back in this cracking game. Bath City 3, Oxford 3. Even if they go on to lose this game now, City, at least we've had some right royal entertainment for the 1,400 plus crowd here. And
average of 1,100 over the season.
Brilliant. Rains has let that go, and Bancroft in behind, and his low ball across is well read by Clark. Gets down to his left-hand side, gathers it into his chest.
City also making a substitution. It's going to be Dave Simmons-Burgess coming on.
Is it Eddie Jones going off? There it is. Flips it forward, finds Cook in space. Good chest down to Tom Smith. What can he do? Lays it back to Cook. And then he drives one from... I think Cook wants to get a couple of goals back ahead of Fletcher, doesn't he? Ashby. Then to Silva. Still not putting that ball in the box. And Fleet makes a run behind Richards, but then he puts it in, and Clark in a bit of space. Now he's got a shooting opportunity. Oh, he sits Delaney down, but Richards does ever so well to get back at the Oxford. Just wanted to walk it in the net in the end, didn't they? Fletcher, but he's well shadowed back there, but it comes to Sims-Burgess. He's unchallenged into the... Gets the ball out right to Alex Fletcher, scores City's first 2 goals, gets the ball in, but Kipiani at the near post will deal with that, and then very good reading of the play by Holness, but unfortunately his head is not as accurate, but Rains then steps in, gets it to Smith. What's he going to do? He's thinking of pass, out to the right-hand side as Fletcher's touch lets him down again, and I think Harman feels he's a little unlucky, got the ball, but the follow-through has caught Fletcher. Cannot believe the free kick's been given against him there. Fletcher's touch poor, wasn't it? So Elliot Freer, now I should imagine he'll be aiming something like the far post here, won't he? And around somewhere in the 6-yard box with the line towards that far post, and hope that City player can get a touch on it. As the free kick comes in. It is exactly that line. Oh, it goes over everybody, actually. A little bit too much height and pace on it. And despite Dzinski, so I'll get his name right in a minute, coming out to punch it clear, missed him too, goes out for a goal kick. So Oxford will be pleased to hang on there.
Oxford don't have to win this game. You know, they have battled away. There's been no time wasting whatsoever. Played in a really good spirit, really good football. What a credit they are to this league.
And play it the right way, and City essentially the same as well, and that's the referee deems that's enough football in the National League South for Bath City this season. A cracking game in front of a superb crowd of 1,412 to end the game. Bath City 3, Oxford City 3. City took the lead in 75 seconds through Alex Fletcher when put through one-on-one with Ben Dzinski. Oxford then scored 3 unanswered goals. Firstly, an equaliser from Joe Ichiafano on 25. Then it was the turn of Jacob Bancroft on 42. 2-1 at the break. 3-1 13 minutes after it when Zach McEachran cracked one in from 25 yards. But City came back. Fletcher with an excellent diving header on 63 minutes. And then Tom Richards, hadn't seen a lot of him, got across at the near post, flicked it in on 76 minutes. Andrew, cracking game.
Yeah, you couldn't wish for a better spectacle to put before the crowd this afternoon. And interesting how many of them stayed on right to that final whistle and ready to applaud the City team. And yes, this might have been a difficult season in that worrying moments when it looked as if they might be down in that bottom spot, but it's been a cracking end, hasn't it? And you get the feeling with a crowd like this at Quentin Park this afternoon, City can only really look forward to the future.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the massive positives, isn't it? The highest average crowd at Quentin Park for nearly 45 years. And, that says volumes about the support that there is for the club within the city, plus reflects all the work behind the scenes to get that support increased. And overall, would say I think we're going to come 16th, 17th. A disappointing position to be in the league. Obviously better than what it was looking like a month back. But City can be very, very pleased with the way they finished the season. It gives them, and the players they retain, gives them, basis for next season. And we alluded to it earlier. If there's better recruitment and maybe a little more flexibility around, the way we play, then I think we can optimistically look forward to a better season next season.
Freer walking across the pitch with what I trust to be his child in his arms. I hope he hasn't just snatched one from in the crowd. And the City players going over to salute the supporters. Similarly, Oxford greeting their small cadre of supporters away on that popular side. Before we leave you, let's just have a look at some of the scores around the country then this afternoon for National South. Lastly, as we said, 3-3 here this afternoon. Braintree 0, Billericay 1. And Billericay, who will be relegated, but going out on a little bit of a bang. Concord Rangers 1, Welling United 1. Dulwich Hamlet, who've had a fairly torrid end to the season. Dulwich Hamlet 2, Hemel Hempstead 1. Eastbourne Borough, well, plenty happening down there. Eastbourne 2, Dartford 7. Ebbsfleet 2, Chelmsford 1. Final stages down at Wesley Park, but no playoffs for Hammond and Waterlooville. Hammond and Waterlooville 0, Chippenham Town 2. Hungerford Town 0, Dorking Wanderers 1. Maidstone 2, Hampton and Richmond Borough 1. That's the final score there. And in the final stages at Clarence Park, St Albans 2, Tonbridge Angels 3. That means in the league that Maidstone already champions. 2-1 this afternoon. They've got finished on 87 points. Behind them come Dorking, just 4 points behind on 83, and then quite a gap for Ebbsfleet on 76, Dartford on 74, Oxford City finishing in 5th spot on 69. Below them, Eastbourne Borough, who had that hammering from Dartford this afternoon. And finally, in the final playoff spot, our local rivals, Chippenham Town, 59 points. Hammond and Waterlooville edged out of that. And then just look at the final situation down at the bottom. Bath City finishing in 18th on 45 points, same number of points as Braintree and Tonbridge Angels. And then below them, Chelmsford City on 41 points, Welling on 39, and Billericay relegated on 36. Well, thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. An absolutely spiffing end to the season. A 3-3 draw here between Bath City and Oxford City. A game played in very good spirit and with some cracking goals. We've enjoyed having you with us, not only this afternoon, but throughout the season. And don't forget, if you can't get to Yeovil on Tuesday night, then we will be there with BCR. But for the time being, it's goodbye from myself, Andrew Kerslake, and from Quentin Edwards. Thank you very much for being with us.